Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let's Roleplay. I am your host,
Killer Keemstar.
Star Wars D6. I'm your host, Duhad. This is Belial.
Hi.
And that was Zombie.
No.
And there is our GM, Kit.
Hey, I actually have a full party.
Indeed. And we
The
returned.
next Undertale part will come out
Oh,
soon.
God. Anyway.
I'm being perfectly fair. It probably will.
Yes, almost certainly. But anyway, more importantly, we're back with Team... Oh, fuck, where are we? Team A?
Yeah.
The only team now.
Well, yeah, Team 1's story has been resolved for the time being, but...
Team didn't fail.
Team yet to have failed.
I was about to say, how much you want to bet on that?
I don't know. Hall and Demi are pretty strong kids. We'll work it out.
It's rarely about the strength. It's more about the decisions that you make.
No, it's fine.
Anyway,
I'll be so powerful I
anyways.
can stop wars with my mind.
You could even stop people from dying. Anyway, so where last we left our heroes 6 months ago.
yes. So when we last left our group of protagonists, one of them was bobbing in a tank of water, having some rather nasty dark side energy drained out of him. One of them,
Demi, what's wrong with you? Why are you so evil that you had to be put into a container to prevent the evil from leaking everywhere?
One of them had recently gone ahead and ripped a car apart in the middle of a crowded street with this force, and was trying to argue that they could go ahead and help their friend. Potentially, this would have been possible, potentially not. One of them was two of them, and was both a nice mouse droid and an old CIS war droid that is in contradiction to their original programming to kill Jedi, now a bodyguard to Jedi.
I believe you'll find there's
which-
3 of me in the school society.
I was about to say, one of them is a very disappointed in both their students and themselves, student of the Jedi Order themselves, who has been very badly hurt. And then there's some other Jedi students as well around, who all have very different opinions and outlooks on the Force.
They all agree with Hall.
That's
It's like partially true.
fairly inaccurate, but partially.
They probably
Um,
agree more with Hole than they do with Demi, so...
Both of you are in agreement in some ways with some of them, and definitely in disagreement with all of them in some ways, is probably the best way of putting it.
God, they're gonna both become Sith somehow.
Yeah, who knows? That's a possibility.
That'd be hilarious.
Anyway, you also had gone ahead and kept alive Jazal, the Nagai boy who Hall found on the streets, and was taking her to meet someone when Thorn decided, I'm going to go ahead and rescue Hall from that hover car, and touched off the whole crash in the first place. He is currently unconscious, and yes, but alive. And just as you finished up having an argument over your ability to help Demi or not, a datapad slid under the door, and the words, "I believe you have something of mine," came out from it.
Who's that to?
Demi, you are still currently unconscious.
Yes, I think.
So the thing slides under the door. Who's currently in the room?
Currently in the room, Demi in the tank, Keskel with his hands in the tank, doing his best to heal Demi. Layla is currently not in the room. She is getting herself fitted for a cybernetic. Talbane is also in the room. Washin is in the room. We've also got Hall in the room. Yes, you are in the room. You had been having an argument over, whether you could help heal Demi. And I believe Rosie and Thorn are not in the room at the moment.
Okay.
I think they wanted to keep Rosie and Thorn really far away from Hall.
Yeah, if I'm remembering it correctly, and excuse us, folks, if you're going and watching this,
back to back
in order.
And how
This is back to
we are.
back. It's been quite a while since we did this one. Check the post dates. But I'm fairly certain that Talbane essentially said, "Yeah, no, you're not here right now."
Yeah, he was rather
Remember
not
Dad?
on board with Thorn's assertion that it's a good thing that Hall has been using the dark side because they've been ultimately helping people, and also that that Demi is full of dark side energy because it's probably healthy in some way.
I don't remember him actually saying that. I do remember him praising Demi for, essentially, going and fighting and winning.
Yes.
But
So
I don't believe that Talbane had any vision on that conversation. Now, I mean, it didn't much help the fact that, oh, hey, you were going ahead and bodyguarding this little kid, and, oh, hey, they're filled with this dark side miasma shit.
Well, it's not Thorn's fault that Demi is becoming cooler. Cool ass scars. You know who has scars? Villains. But do you know who also has scars? Really cool people.
The biggest heroes, like the
And this
Punisher,
may be a Venn diagram.
Darth Vader.
That's not so much. I get the feeling, Palil, that you're not so much talking about a Venn diagram so much as a circle. Anyway, but yes, data pads come under the door, and there's a little on the screen. There's a button to be pressed, just on the touch screen, and the words "I believe you have something of mine" came out of it.
Washington's just kind of leaning out of his bed to get a better look at what's on the data pad, since he can't really see from his current position.
Washington is up and walking at this point.
Okay. So in that case, he's going to hobble his way over to the.
Where's
the data
Pate
pad.
right now?
I'm sorry?
Where's Pate?
Pate is back at the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. So Washington kind of like walks over to the thing and like very gingerly picks it up because his arm still hurt a lot.
Yeah, I imagine so. It's a standard-looking data pad. There's no image on it, but there is an obvious touchscreen button.
He kind of looks at the others and then looks down at it and says, "I guess I'm just gonna press this. Does anyone want to stop me in case it's a bomb?"
Talbane and Keskel both shrug, something which you can't do right now.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. No, that's real sensitive. Okay. He kind of like flinches a little bit as he presses the button, like half expecting it to just suddenly blow up, but since his danger senses, I presume, is not like currently.
It's not triggering on you now.
Yeah, it's like, okay, hoping in the Force. Beep.
Wait.
Slowly.
And then it blows up.
The screen goes black, and a line just goes audio only across it.
Oh.
Am I speaking with the Jedi?
Uh,
You notice, by the way, that while the main voice here is in Basic, you hear a number of other voices, all very similar, speaking in other languages.
yeah. Watch and kind of looks to the others a little bit like, okay. Yes. Yes. I mean, yeah. Basically, essentially.
Is the boy alive?
There's a few of us, but I mean, yes, yeah, we're all fine here.
Very good. What possessed you to attack my men in the middle of the city?
Oh boy, that's another good question. Are you referring to the concert hall, or the speeder, or that alleyway?
The speeder.
Oh, that. He looks over at Hall and Demi like, okay, the answer to that one is hand waving like, okay, come on, what exactly? What do I say here? Come on.
Keskel looks at you. I'm, with his hands in the water. I'm focusing on healing this kid here. I can't help.
Hall?
Talbane pipes up from the corner. Glitch on a bodyguard droid.
Oh, right. Okay, so apparently a bodyguard oh my god. Oh god, no. Okay, yeah, so our droid had a bit of a malfunction and sort of took matters into into their hands, and it went a little out of control, but everybody's fine. Everybody, those people in the speeder, are they okay?
Well, I would certainly hope so. I understand that they are in the hospital, and you have delivered them there.
Yeah, well, I mean, not me personally, no, but I mean, in general, yes. Again, once the situation's a little complicated, but yes, we did bring them to the hospital because they were.
Talbane walks up to your shoulder. Yeah, we brought them here. We haven't gotten word from the doctors. Well then. There's a pause. I commend you for your foresight bringing them there.
Oh, well.
I'm certain that your morality will be appeased by the fact that all records appear that they will survive.
Oh, that is actually a huge relief. You have no idea. Really, it's really nice to know.
Hall's head. Score 1 for Hall.
Score 1 for the dark side. Ooh, yeah.
Score 1 for my morality. It's the right one. Fuck you all.
Not as much can be said for those on the scene.
Dark side to save the day.
Yeah, there was also an incident there as well. That is, we're handling it. Don't, again, we're on top of it. Obviously, no one wanted what happened. Not that we're.
No, you don't appear to be on top of it.
I mean,
you did come here for the group that orchestrated the incident at the HoloNet Center, did you not?
Yeah, again, kind of, basically now, yes, not necessarily original. Yeah.
Talbane nods. Yes, we did. He looks over at you, shrugs and mouths. Well, Saberflight did?
Yeah, true, like half of it. Again, it's a very complicated situation with a lot of moving parts, but yes, essentially, basically, yes.
Well, if you can keep your droid from causing trouble, I may be able to help you.
We can definitely, almost certainly do that. Yes. Where are they?
Talbane looks over at you. Kind of sent them to another room.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have to check on them in a minute. But yes, we will make sure nothing else will go wrong. Everything else. It's
a fucking explosion.
Oh, jeez, not again.
No explosions are heard.
The naked Demi bursts out. It's like Vegeta inside the cryopod, or inside the pod, and he's like, "Where are the Dragon Balls?"
Oh god.
Very good. I will be sending you information for a contact. We need to speak.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, talking is great. I love talking.
You will bring my boys to me.
The ones in the hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as they are clear, you will bring them to me.
Sure. I'm pretty sure we can do that. I think.
Good. The audio only fades out and the datapad goes dark.
Okay. Bye.
Talbane looks over at you. You're looking real shaken.
Yeah, something about the recent turn of events and Demi being in this tank full of black force.
By the way,
energy.
all force sensitives, please make me a sense roll.
That include the one who's currently pickling?
No, not the one who is currently pickling.
Wow. You're gonna look real fucking weird, dude. Okay, I have 1D for sense. This is gonna be great.
Go for it.
Full of goopies.
I rolled a 6 somehow.
Okay, excellent. Reroll add.
Does sense life add to this?
I'm gonna reroll.
Yeah, go ahead and add that to there.
Okay, so when I rolled it a second time, and then it hit my keyboard, and then rolled another 6, so I re-rolled it again, now that's a 5.
Okay.
I'm rolling a ton of dice, and most of them are 2s. Like, literally half of all the dice I've rolled.
So what you're saying is Hall is getting a better number?
Well, given your recent sensitivity to the dark side, this might not be entirely thematically inaccurate.
This is my strongest force stat, and Washin is, if nothing else, a big old pile of force. But with that taken into consideration, you did roll exceptionally well.
That's turned myself into a pickle, Hall.
That's 8, 14, 15, 26.
26. Okay, yeah. You're both definitely going to go ahead and feel this. Talbane is actually going to notice it as well, but he's not as quick as the two of you are to pick this up. Something's going on in the tank.
Demi?
Keskel is looking a little bit horrified.
Oh, no.
Demi's turning a weird black and red. He's
Well,
double red lightsabers coming out of his pants. It's just...
His skin's all gray and cracky.
Well, Demi, you are actually waking up. You are currently underwater, but you are able to breathe, even though your lungs are filled with water. Actually, this might be the first time that you've run into this. It's actually salt water. That being said, those of you who are out of the tank, Keskel is looking pretty horrified and goes, I think I have good news and bad news.
I like half of that. Not such a big fan of the other half.
Demi, at this point, you can pop up out of this tank.
So he's just going to burst out of this tank after being.
No, I mean the open top is. It's open top.
That's fair. It's fair. I'm just saying. Like, so he's like been filled up with the dark side energy, and then he just bursts out of this back tank.
Again, this is just salt water.
Okay.
This isn't Bacta.
I know.
That can be literally what Demi does. This one's on you, zombie.
Demi slowly raises himself out of the tank with his arms crossed over his chest.
After 3 hours, he is risen.
I was thinking more the vampire, like leaning up from the coffin.
Fair enough.
There are swirls of the dark side miasma that are still trailing off of your body, but they seem to go ahead and wash off of you as the water drains away.
How symbolic.
Well, I suppose you could go ahead and say that. It's really more the mechanics of the power at work here.
No, I know. It's just...
But yeah, Lord. But yeah,
yeah. Look at
Washington,
that. The
you'd
hero
probably be the one
and the anti-hero.
of the player characters to best notice this. But Keskel has always been extremely pale-skinned. His hands and forearms are not pale at the moment. As a matter of fact, they're currently blacker than Talbane, who is a dark-skinned boy. When I say black, I mean they look jet black.
Oh, shit.
And there appear to be swirls, and they're moving, that are going up his forearms and just past his elbows.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, Washington is just very slowly backing away as his eyes, like, boggle at this sight.
Keskel, flexes his hands, and unlike when Demi brings his arms out of the water, it doesn't drain away.
What? What is happening?
Demi looks down at his arms, and he, looking at this stuff, and he's like, "What's going on? What is this?"
He looks away from Keskel looks away from his hands. Demi, it's good to see you up.
Thank you. Yes. What happened?
You were probably best to say poisoned.
While they're chatting, he's also trying to wipe the stuff off of his arms, with each hand, changing arms, trying to see if it wipes off.
Oh no, that's not on you. Demi's fine.
Wait, hold on.
So Demi, you basically, when you rose from the tank, all the black evil just
There's
right
stuff
out
on my arms, right?
No. You had been essentially fully inundated with this stuff.
Yeah. But now Keskel is infected with...
The person who was healing you appears to be infected.
Right.
He's
Guess
taking
Pascal needs to jump into one of those tanks, eh?
all the evil goo and put it into his own body.
Unfortunately,
I wanted to make a horrible best friends reference, but I didn't. I think it's inappropriate.
So, pulling back the thing here, he succeeded on his heal check, but he rolled a 1.
Oh shit!
This is his complication.
Okay. What's that stuff on your arms?
I think it has to do with what was in you.
What was in me?
I'm not sure, but it was of the dark side.
Performed a dark side abortion. And I got fetus goo all over me.
If you look down at the tank, you'll notice that there's still some of it going around. Go ahead, get out of the tank. I don't want it to get back into you.
Yeah, he climbs out.
You are dripping wet, but as far as you can tell, none of it's left in you.
Is he naked?
He is not naked. He is wearing a pair of shorts to go ahead and maintain modesty.
You can see his 8-pack.
I mean, being fair, considering that Demi, probably didn't get much to eat, you can probably see pretty good muscle definition on this kid. On the other hand, he probably doesn't have very big muscles.
It's true. He's it's kind of hard to tell with his low poly count and the weird brownish suit he's wearing.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, yeah, it's
two.
So, how are you feeling, Demi?
I feel fine. I feel pretty good, actually.
Great, because I've got some news. So you know those people who were kidnapping Hall?
What?
So...
Yeah, technically speaking, Demi knew nothing about this.
So, quick news update. Some people tried to kidnap Hall. She's fine. As you can see, there was a slight incident, not really important to go into right now. But after that, the people who tried to kidnap her called us up, and it turns out they're very nice. They just want to talk. So we're going to have a nice chat with them as soon as their friends are feeling better.
We're not going to give them, though. Right?
Well, we're definitely going to talk to them, and it might be
We're
best...
not gonna give them away, though, right?
Hands wringing intensified. Well, the thing is, we should probably look for the most peaceable solution to this problem.
No. We're not gonna give them away, right?
But, I mean, we're not police or law enforcement officers. We should, really, we're here to try and save people, and it might...
I save people, though.
You have saved people? Yes, that's true, but I mean, at the moment, we're more likely to save more people by... And it's not like we know whether how bad these people are. Maybe they're not so bad.
You didn't hear what I saw.
Well, what did you see?
They're having a meeting with I'm trying to remember the details. Holy shit. Kid, help me here.
Okay,
What did Hall see
well,
/
here's the thing. You definitely know that they were trying to bring you to meet with someone. Someone wanted to speak with you. You definitely know that this person has authority over them. You could probably go ahead and say that Jazal, at the very least, feels like you shouldn't be involved in it. He was having second thoughts about that sort of thing. You don't have anything but his side of things, though. Mm-hmm. You don't actually know who he was talking to. You don't know what this was, about. Any of that sort of thing. Other things which you know... Yeah, you could definitely have suspicion, but you have no real evidence.
Jazal is my friend.
Who's Jazal? Washington looks around at Keskel and Demi and does anyone who's Jazal?
At this point, Keskel has plunged his arms back into the water and is doing something with the force. You have no idea what.
Okay, well, that's probably a good idea, honestly.
He's inviting that evil right into his body.
Probably you don't want whatever that is on your arms on your arms anymore. Okay, honey, who's Jazal?
One of the kids.
Okay, and Jazal didn't like these people.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you think.
Demi is over... Oh, crap.
Demi is overjoyed at Hall's betrayal. Finally, I can become the hero, says Demi out loud.
Demi is with Cascale by the tank.
Okay.
Apologizing and feeling bad about getting them infected.
Okay, Keskel is going to look over at Demi. He's still got some concentration on his face and goes, I'm just glad you're okay. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, but I need to figure this out.
If it's dark side, then
looks pretty good to me.
Surely it can't be good, but I'm sure you'll be okay. I'm sure we'll find some sort of... I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No, but it is, though. You shouldn't have helped me.
I absolutely should have. He actually smiles at this. It is a Jedi's duty to help.
Little sparkle in Demi's eye.
Do 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 do.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Wait.
I'm doing the KOTOR light side point games.
Yes, no, that is very much a reaffirming the Jedi philosophy way of things here. But Talbane goes ahead and leans against the bed. Hall, do you think that Jazal might have been working for whoever that was on the pad?
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he was fully trusting of them. And I don't want to just give random kids away to evil dark people in robes.
Wait, hold on. Wait, were the people in the car? Were they?
I'm making an assumption.
Okay.
Talbane, kind of cocks his head to the side. I'll be honest, this reminds me of my childhood.
But you know what? Maybe we don't have to give them away. Maybe we can send me and Demi in there like spies.
Oh, hold on.
Talbane's face looks horrified when you say that.
Wait, this sounds like a really bad idea. I am not 100% certain I'm on board with Operation Spy Kids. I think that maybe we should take a big
I think Spy Kids is a great idea. We send in one kid who has a clear bias and another one who has no idea what's going on. What could go wrong?
Talbane actually looks back at over towards Keskel and goes, "Yeah, I think we tried that plan."
Yeah, I think that's what got us in this mess in the first place. Maybe we should try a slightly different idea. Maybe we capitulate and gain their trust. We can all work together and avoid further conflict.
Talbane just kind of waves a hand. Look. Hall, I'm pretty sure these kids are in a gang. And I'm pretty sure that whoever was there on the data pad is probably their gang's leader, or an underboss, or something. Do you think I could be right?
They did seem very confident.
Liz die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long awkward pause followed by
yeah. With the current microphone out. But yeah, Talbane just kind of shrugs and goes, "Before I was a Jedi, I might have been a little bit like Jazal. So that's my suspicion here."
Well, I mean, again, at this point, we kind of have two options. We can either, trust them, try and get their people
I am
back.
sorry, I had a call.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, okay, so quick recap, now that you're back, is Talbane has voiced his suspicion that Jazal and the other teenagers that you met are in a gang, and they're working for the person who was on the data pad.
Well, so what if they're in the gang?
Well, Hall, what I'm saying is, this is probably their boss looking out for them.
Well, maybe their boss is just mean.
He kind of gets a little bit of an uncomfortable look. Most of them are, to one extent or another.
Yeah, but wouldn't that mean that sending 2 Jedi in would be better than just sending 2 kids?
I think he'd probably know the difference between his guys and 2 random kids who he's never seen before.
Well, not if we cover everyone in robes.
This is feeling like a really bad idea, and I have a very bad feeling about it.
No, it's fine. We can have, I don't know, Rosie could be an escort.
That seems like an even worse idea, and I have an extremely bad feeling about this.
Hull, why don't you just ask Jazal?
Okay.
Alright, well, let's see if he's, up, and we can talk to him, and we can figure out what's going on, okay?
Alright.
The unfortunate part for you at the moment is that currently Jazal is still unconscious, as he had taken he's unconscious and floating in a bacta tank, as he had taken
wasn't expecting any less, so...
as he had taken a rather severe wound. Is there anything that any of you want to do in the meantime, or are we going to advance time for a bit?
I'm fine advancing time for a little bit.
Okay. the other thing that did come to mind is, did you want to check in on Rosie and Thorn?
Like at this point, Washington is basically like mostly just wants them to stay put for right now. Though if the kids want to check in with them, that's totally fine.
Do either of the kids want to check in on the warbot that has a mouse droid for a head?
I mean, sure, though I imagine they don't,
No offense to Duhad.
don't want to let her in.
But Rosie is only my second favorite droid, so...
Fair enough. In that case, that's fine.
What's the kid's name? Cascal?
Which one?
The kid, the one.
Oh, the kid that you ran into, who's in the tank. Jazal. Yeah. That's Jezhal.
I don't fucking care. The Star Wars names are stupid.
So basically, out in the background somewhere, while being left to presumably work on fixing up some of the damage to themselves and recharge. The battle droid is hunched over in a corner and on the communicator going "So, Pate, what are you wearing?" Nice.
Ow. You stay away from my brother.
I'm fine with this.
Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
So Hall's robot is talking to Demi's robot.
I'd like to take an oil bath with you.
I can understand everything you're saying to each other.
So that would technically be a three-way, I guess.
Technically.
That would actually be really interesting if, not all, but maybe a majority of the Star Wars droids are are really sexual with how they talk to each other, because no one can understand them. But now
that would have a lot of... I mean, the way that 3PO is so concerned about propriety, it is long been speculated that R2 speaks extremely coarsely. But yeah, that's beside the point. Anyway, so a couple of hours later, Jazal and his compatriots have been decanted, and you can go and speak with them if you want.
Okay. Rushes in first.
Okay, so Hall is rushing in first. Who is coming in with her?
Washington's good out here. No, I'll go in afterwards.
I don't want to fuck with that from a 10-foot pole.
Look, Hall can rush in all she wants, but, again, Washington's good right back out here, okay?
Demi, what are you doing at the moment?
Demi will move in.
No, I don't want to go in that
At a
elevator.
pace. He won't rush in or anything.
Okay,
The Merle of our group.
alright, so Jazal is lying in a bed. His eyes kind of flutter open. Hall, you have first move on this one. He's still a little delirious. What does Hall...
One of my slick moves. I imagine my hair is still... got the stupid grease shit in it. Just a bit cleaned up.
You might still have the grease in it, depending on what Hall was doing. You've had enough time to clean yourself up.
I got proper grease in now. She likes this shit. She's got proper greaser hair now.
She's greasing up good.
She's got proper greased.
Does she still have the spot of grease on her nose?
I imagine she washed that off.
Yeah.
But the spot of grease on her morality, that'll never go away. By morality, I mean her morality is made of gold and is a beaming, shining light, and the Jedi are just trying to slap grease all over it to get rid of it. And all they're doing is making it shinier.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you've decided that you like the hairstyle that Jazal went ahead and put into your hair and have maintained it. You have washed off your face. I don't think that you've actually taken any wounds, so you didn't need medical attention.
I mean, yeah, she's so cool.
Yeah, your clothing is probably looking a little bit better, though. You had kind of gotten it a bit ratty, and you still have
also
jacket that
grease,
stole.
so Yeah, I'm wearing that fucking jacket. Jesus, I'm looking so cool.
Yeah. So you rush into the room and do what?
I want to sit by the bed. You know that scene where the person opens their eyes.
Yeah.
Because of the camera filter, and there's the people he loved just sitting above him. I had a camera angle that's actually impossible unless they're like awkwardly looking down at them, but like.
And
I want to do
they look around and notice that there's like two other people who are just standing awkwardly watching.
Yeah, but when they actually sit up, all of the people are like a foot away from where it would feasibly work for that prior shot to have worked. I want that to happen,
Yeah, I mean, that shot only works if they've been, like, sitting up in bed, like, propped up with a bunch of pillows, that sort of thing, not actually lying down in bed.
That's fine, yeah. So, here we go.
Hall?
Yeah?
You okay?
I'm good. Like, what about you?
He kind of sniffs. Well, I still smell and taste Bacta. So that kind of sucks.
The speeder crashed, and you were out for a while.
He tries to go ahead and shift himself up in the bed, and you can see a twinge of pain go across his face, and he reaches down towards his leg. What happened?
Well, when you were taking me to whoever you were taking me, a robot. No, not mentioning possession.
Not mentioning names.
A robot attacked the speeder we were on. Guess it was like a security bot or something. And
Is that the one I shot?
Yeah, I think. Oh no, I was too busy trying to save the pilot's life from, smashing into the ground.
Oh. Right. He, looks a little unfocused, and then suddenly his eyes snap into sharp focus. Did you save him?
Yeah.
They're all fine? Please tell me they're all fine. So you would know at this point that all of the people that
were in the car
are fine.
All the ones in the car, okay.
Oh, good.
They made it out. But, yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a talk that's needed. So...
Those are never good words.
Yeah. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
How good of friends?
Well, I mean, I just met you today, but, you seem like a cool kid. Hall, what's wrong?
So, you know how I saved everyone?
Well, no, but thank you?
Well, I'm force sensitive.
His eyes widen, then he nods. Okay.
In fact, is everyone else in the room?
Yeah, we've been standing here
fact,
awkwardly watching.
We're all force sensitives.
I think it would be better to say that we aren't in the room just yet.
Okay.
Maybe letting them talk first.
Yeah.
Just otherwise it's easy to be
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, so actually, we're outside the room hearing this, and one just looks at Tony and says, does this feel awkward to you? Like, being here, this is like, I know, it feels weird.
This is a virgin child romance, you fuckers.
It feels really awkward to be here.
As soon as I get in there, I'm gonna fucking rail that guy.
Whoa, holy shit, dude. I mean, like,
I'm going to take so many dark side points.
Okay, wait a second. That's now in character. I want to see what happens here. How does Washington go ahead and respond to that?
I was like,
It's not exact. Actually, meant that out.
Nope. You went ahead and you said that like that, and that's in character now.
Russian goes, oh, yeah, no, I get it. Wait, hold on, what's that? What now?
I said I'm going to ask that guy a few questions.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes a lot. Oh man, my brain is just wow. I mean, really, whoa, you would not believe what I thought.
All this phantom dark side.
Oh
It's just,
man,
just everywhere around Hall. There's just phantom dark side right now.
it's like, just yeah, no, like I mean,
It's almost like a phantom menace, one might say.
Yeah, it's good because I really like, you know, man, like when it comes down to talking about like, you know, the space birds and the space bees, or whatever the fuck the Star Wars equivalent of those
I'm
are.
gonna have sex with Giselle so hard,
Like,
says Demi.
The back
The Binocs and the Hawkbats.
Yeah.
Sure. Like those, like I am just like, whew, I mean, like seriously, you do not even want to know how crazy. Like oh man, like seriously, the situation that I've got going on back in the temple is like, what?
I don't understand anything you just said.
It's like, listen, just like when it comes to like romance, like, you know, sometimes you just gotta like, you know, sometimes it's weird and sometimes it's scary and sometimes you're not sure what's going on even, and you're not really sure if like what's happening is even something that you fully understand, but you just kind of go with it because it's like it seems like the best thing, you know, it's a good thing obviously, and you love the other person and it's like the best thing that's happened to you, but like it's also just so crazy that I mean like you just don't even know what to do at any given time, just sort of going with it, you know, and like what, like, you know, look, Demi, you have a long life ahead of you, and you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to have these sort of, you know, relationships and to really think them out. And so you shouldn't rush into anything. You shouldn't feel, you know, like if you feel like anything is going on in your life that's crazy and out there, and you don't know what you're doing, you should just just talk to someone about it. And
Do you need to talk to someone?
what? No, it's about you.
Hey, by the way, while you're going ahead and doing this, you hear a chirp from your comm link.
Oh, good. Someone's calling me. I'm going to pick this up now.
No, shut up. I'm talking to someone.
If you actually pick up the comm link, you will hear Talbane's voice going, "Your mic was open."
You heard? Shut up.
I didn't just hear. I recorded that.
I will. Please don't show that to anyone.
I don't know, Washington. I kind of feel like Jaina might like to hear this.
I will take that.
Especially about the part where you said that you loved her.
I will.
Click.
You love someone, Washington?
I mean, yeah. The thing.
I thought that was against the Jedi rules.
I mean, here's the thing about the romance that you have to understand when you get older is that, oh man, is it just me or is it really hot in here? All the
Okay, so
back to the inside of the...
we will shortly. I should note a quick note here is that Demi, you might think currently that romance is against the Jedi Code because for the long history of the Jedi Order, or at least a long history of the Jedi Order, it was considered to be taboo. That being said,
It changed after Anakin threw a fit.
Yeah, pretty much. The new Jedi Order does allow it, and you might know that Luke Skywalker is married. But there's conflicting information for you in universe.
Demi views that it has to be monogamous.
Yeah,
No
Washington,
adultery
you know,
allowed.
of course, that the new Jedi Order doesn't have any restrictions on this sort of thing, considering that, you're dating Luke's niece.
Demi will view it more as like, premarital sex sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway,
No,
as Washington slowly grows greener and greener outside, as he is a Duros who has green blood, we're going to go ahead and cut back inside. So, this is back to Giselle and Hall.
I can't remember what the last thing was said.
You said that you're a force sensitive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the people in this hospital, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are also force sensitive.
Oh. He kind of leans back. That explains a lot.
Well, I hope you don't get, like, a weird, wrong impression from that.
No, it explains why the boss wanted to talk with you.
Oh, can you tell me more about the boss? Can you tell me more about the boss?
I knew you were going there.
Right out of con.
Hall.
Well,
So say about how their boss is a patriot who died for their country.
Well, the boss is so hardcore, and they went ahead and performed a C-section on themselves during the middle of the D-Day invasion.
In order to, and it's
Actual MGS canon. I mean, good God.
Yes,
That's hype.
And Giselle is actually like heavily implied to actually be the boss's kid.
No, well, he's scary, if I'm going to be honest. But he's been good to us. And he always knows what's going on.
Do you know what he looks like?
No, I don't.
Maybe a hologram.
He shakes his head. No,
an evil robe that speaks kind of like this. No, that wasn't in character.
No, like seriously, that would be a totally in character thing for you.
Okay. Oh yeah, pop culture. There you go.
Yeah, he actually laughs at that. No, he doesn't speak like that. Only time I've ever heard him, it's either been over the comm or in this room, and it comes from all around you. And
in this room.
No, not this room. This room he has. I think he's a he. I don't know. But there's like speakers, and you hear it from all around you. And he's always speaking to you in the language that you know best, the loudest, but he's speaking in a bunch of other languages too.
Oh. That's weird.
He nods. You're telling me. But, he's been real good to us. Keeps us, fed, keeps us with what we need. Doesn't ask us to do too horrible of stuff. It gets us to get information for him. Keeps the sea off our backs.
I guess.
He reaches up and scratches his head. So, when you said force sensitive, do you mean like Jedi?
Oh.
And for the record, that would be a good line for the two of you to walk in on.
Speaking of Jedi,
rev up those fryers.
Because
some of us are Jedi, I guess. I don't really know where I am. And then they want midway through the
Police
door.
Squad, Jedi Squad. Like this is my name is Washington Keg. This is my partner Demi, my partner and apprentice Demi, and my other partner and apprentice Hall.
His eyes go very wide seeing the lightsaber on your belt.
The 10 minutes you asked for are up, Hall.
I didn't even ask for any time.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the reason I didn't immediately come in and start asking this guy questions.
You just sat out there and...
No, but that's what happened.
He is looking back and forth between the two of you. Consider
Someone
that
told me to wait out there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, Giselle is older than the two apprentices. He's a little bit younger than Wash is.
He's so cool, though. Holy shit.
Like,
He's so dreamy.
Well, the funny thing is, like, if you actually think about it from an outside perspective, it's like, oh hey, here come like we like to like talk to you. We have a couple of Jedi who are going to like step in and speak to them, and the first the few people who come in are like this little kid with it's like. Yeah, like the little kid, maybe not so impressive, but like a Jedi wearing like robes and a lightsaber and like scars all over his face.
Yeah,
like hello, child. Like I'm a Jedi.
No, even better.
Except when the voice
better.
comes out of Washin's mouth, it's Washin.
Hi guys, it's me, Washin. I'm here to.
Hi there. We'd like to talk to you about some Jedi matters.
Apparently, Washin is straight in the middle of puberty because his voice is cracking like a mofo.
Well, that's Washin.
Yeah,
we gotta get this information, or else my Jedi
computer.
Master will kill me.
Oh Lord, yeah, but no. I mean, a lot of that is glossed over just by the fact that you are in Jedi robes. You are wearing a lightsaber.
Yeah. It's like we'd like to talk to you about the incident with the hover car.
Yeah.
Your boss is interested in getting you back, but we're not sure, if that's the best option for you. We'd like to know if anything you can tell us about your situation and whether or not it would be safer for you to stay here or come with us and be returned back to your boss's protection.
He looks over at Hall. What does Hall look like at the moment?
Fucking cringing. And cringing for multiple reasons. A, the embarrassment of essentially saying, I don't know if I'm a Jedi right in front of her Jedi Master coming in. And then also the whole, like, awkwardness of this whole exchange where they're like, yeah, so do you want to go back to this thing? And, yeah.
You're not real dad God. It just came in and started talking to your crush.
Essentially.
Giselle is definitely looking more reserved. Well, I was just telling Hall that the boss has always been good to us.
Well, we don't want to keep you away from a good situation. Everybody here just wants to...
lying. You're lying to cover up for this asshole.
Okay, when you go ahead and do that, Giselle just looks at you and narrows his eyes.
Walsh puts a hand on Demi's shoulder and says, "You should be careful about this guy. He's been on edge. He's had a rough time since we landed on the planet, and he may not look too big, but trust me, he's a loose cannon."
Giselle looks back over to Hall.
He just came out of it back to tank himself. Can you tell me a bit more? Well, I guess tell us a bit more about your boss. I mean, do you even know anything about it? Like, do you know why he wanted me to meet him? You said that it made a lot of sense, but why? What does he do that it would make sense that he'd want, to meet me?
He frowns. Well, I think he wanted to get in contact with the Jedi.
Maybe he should have gotten a real Jedi. Instead
of... right here.
Instead of me.
Well, I mean, you came here with Jedi. He likes to work through layers.
Seems a bit weird, taking a little kid and trying to do diplomacy with Master Jedis.
Yeah, that... I
And the kid's like, shit.
No, like, Giselle is going, yeah, I was wondering about that. But...
Well, you can consider
Look.
his wish answered. I hope he doesn't regret it when I'm bringing him in cuffs.
What? No. But, okay, Giselle, we had the idea that maybe...
like, legitimately, when Demi does that, Giselle just gives him a look and goes, "You do a really bad Sia impression."
Who?
He rolls his eyes at you.
Look, I don't care about your pop idols, kid.
I'm gonna roll a pop culture roll to know what the fuck...
By the way, I should note that the Sia you've already figured out. The Sia is local slang for the cops.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Look,
Yeah, Demi, stop being like the Sia.
Look, he just shakes his head. I can talk to Jedi. There's been a bunch of disappearances.
You tell me.
Well, we're here about trying to resolve all of that. We want everybody to go home. You know, everybody wants to just go home and make sure everybody's safe. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
he nods. Yeah, that I'm worried that's not gonna happen.
You can.
By the way, Demi, Washington, you've only gotten like the very bare bones of what happened to Demi in that alley. You know that it was a horror show. You know that there was some dark side creature monster thing. Demi, you're the only one who saw what happened in that alley.
that and Thorn.
Thorn was.
Yeah, but Thorn is not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's your fault, stupid Master Jedi, not letting the dark side bot.
Whoa. Okay. Wow,
that's out of That's out of character.
That is not a potential in character thing to say.
Oh Jesus! Oh, jeez! Oh,
wow, I'm getting roasted by this tiny baby here.
Yeah. No. But Demi, what he's saying here might actually strike a chord with you. Because you saw the corpses, you saw the bodies, you saw the blood. You saw what appeared to be an altar and the gems upon it.
Oh man, altars
and you saw
a good sign.
Did I? I don't remember that.
In the middle of the whole thing, there was like an altar of meat and bone and flesh that was drawing all the corpses to it, and there were gems upon it, dark green gems.
Okay, now you're just making it sound really cool. Why is the dark side so cool?
I mean, it's basically the raddest thing.
Ah, shit, right?
Chaos Unbound.
Chaos. I can do anything.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, no. This is the kind of thing that if we were going ahead and playing, say, Call of Cthulhu, absolute sand check.
Yeah.
And Demi, those people were not alive.
Oh, what a good movie that was.
Yeah, well, the first two anyway. But
I like the spaceship one though. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Sorry, this is so unrelated.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, Washington looks over at Demi and says, "Yeah, what happened? What exactly happened? Before when you were attacked?"
Close in on Demi's face, distant look. Vietnam flashback sound effects.
Yeah, like legitimately, if Demi is having that sort of thing, that would be something that Washin could notice from sense.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Should I roll that or just notice that this is what's happening?
No, this is something that you would absolutely be able to get. It's your student, you're very close to them, it's a major emotional thing. Yeah. And actually, Jazal across the room, who's looking at Demi and listening to that, his face falls.
This seems really bad. Hello?
I was worried about that.
Yeah. Oh God, what? Oh boy.
Jazal actually looks directly at you, Washin. Look, stuff happens on the streets, but there's been a lot of people going missing. They're trying to cover it up, but it's been dead zones. No one alive in them.
This is actually Washington's moment just to start flashing back to the Mustafar like facility completely devoid of life and things like I
completely forgot about that.
Yes.
Oh,
gosh, remember Day?
Definitely flashing back to Day, like, oh God, we stole her robot. Oops.
We stole it. Well, she gave it to you after she launched herself into space. So,
yeah, she left it behind.
She left it behind as one farewell.
Oh God. Okay. I hate to do this, but we might. I'm not gonna make you relive or retell what you saw, Demi, but we might need to actually ask the Rose and Thorn what they saw. They're perfect robot men.
It just all goes ahead and quirks an eyebrow. Who?
Our robot.
It's an attack droid. A little bit crazy.
This is
you can see the gears working in his head. Yeah, are you going to preempt his realization?
Yeah, Washington presses it
Hall's just gonna start coughing.
It says a little beeper thing, and just from down the hallway you hear the sound of thump, thump, thump.
By the way, I should note at the moment, Rose and Thorn are currently missing an arm where it was blasted off.
Yes. But yes, you just hear thump, 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 and the low, steady sound of cursing.
Is that your droid?
Yeah,
looking away.
They lost an arm, and they're a little annoyed, so I would just, for the time being, don't do anything to set them off.
It just all looks over at Hall.
And Hall's doing hand motions of stop that thing, stop the thing.
He's just going, yeah, I shot a droid's arm off.
Thump, thump, thump.
Demi
door opens.
Yeah.
One arm.
Door
droid.
crashes open. You.
The look on his face is absolute shock, and he points back at this droid and goes, "You!"
Yeah, Thorn points back with his one remaining arm and just repeats, "You!" Oh, you know each other.
Demi notices this is clearly bad for the relationship between Hole and this guy, Jazal, so he's pretty happy about this.
We should take a very short break here because we're past the hour mark, and this seems like a good
That's a perfect spot.
So, see you guys in a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.